Okay, let's see. How you guys doing? Let me turn this down in my ears. All right. Looks like we are live. Can you guys hear me okay? If you hear, say hello. How's it going? All right. Okay, Facebook's going. Hey yo, what's up, me? There we go. There's all the party people. Okay. Just getting chat set up so I can see it. Gotta see the chats. Okay. Hey guys. Another Tuesday night. I feel like a DJ. Another Tuesday night. I got my giant coffee mug. I guess I can use the handle, eh? That's my go juice. Okay, here we go. So, if you guys don't know, I'm going to be doing, this is Ooh La La from Space Channel 5. It was a Dreamcast game. And I'm going to be working on this for the Retrogasm competition, challenge, whatever you want to call it. It's Troy and Lana over at I Has Toys. And they have a Facebook group for if you want to join the challenge. I'm joining this just for the fun of it. I don't intend on placing or doing anything. I'm just doing it for fun, just because it sounds like a blast. So I wanted to do it, and I just thought about, you know, I love this character, and it's right in my wheelhouse of style, and it's super duper simple. So I think I can accomplish it during my streams. So we're gonna give it a go. Hey Joanner. Oh cool. It's good to hear, man. Hey Robert, it's great. Let's see. Oh, hey Facebook. How's it going? Okay, so you can see that I actually found the model from the original game. And let me just pop over to Maya for a second. This is Maya. Here she is with all of her textures. Super simple, just gloves, boots, and a little top and a little skirt and some headphones and a jetpack, of course. And these ponytails, really cool. But you can see this is like a phone game, you know, like, but it was back on the Dreamcast. Really, really low resolution. So I found the model, the OBJ, just for proportions. My friend Leslie Vandenbroek, he did a similar thing with oh, what am I trying to say? With Tomb Raider, like the original Tomb Raider game. He did the same thing. He found the old model and brought it in and used it for proportions. So I thought I'd do the same thing. It sounds fun. But I'm going to use my blockout method and see what we can do. So let's do it. Let's go. You guys hear me okay? Everything's good? Just making sure. Let me check Twitch. Make sure it's rocking over there. All right. Very cool. And thanks for joining me tonight, you guys. It's going to be fun. We're going to do this. Okay, here we go. Let's append a sphere. We're going to replace this sphere. Because there's my ruler. You can see how tall she is. ZRemesh done, right? And done. I'm just going to use it for sheer reference. That is it. Let's see. I'm going to replace this with a poly sphere. Boom. Whoa. A giant one, apparently. Okay, let's go back. And I don't know why my scene is so huge. Good grief. Okay, where? Oh, geez. You know what I did? I replaced her. Come on. I didn't mean to replace her. Is it gonna not let me go back because I replaced her? Oh, okay. Hold on. Gosh. Yay. Sorry. Give me 1 second. I replaced her. Let's do that again. Do over. Yes. Okay, and she's really small compared to my ruler. So let's make her, scale her up. Can't really see her because she's in the ruler. There we go. Gosh. So that's a warning to you guys. If you're going to use the primitives that are inside the gizmo, they're going to replace whatever subtool you're on. So be warned. Okay, this is the subtool I want to replace. So click on the gear, click on a polysphere. It's going to be giant for some reason. And then scale it down. I'm going to scale it down using this instead of the scale gizmo. This is going to be her, her pelvis. So I'm just going to start blocking her out just like I do any other character. But I have this transparency for reference. Am I not getting the chat? Let me see. Just want to make sure I'm getting you guys. Okay, it's just backwards. Okay. All right. You guys are quiet tonight. What's going on? It's all sorts of quiet. All right. I guess you're intrigued. So intrigued that you're quiet. All right. So she has a super tall pelvis. How's it going? Juan Franco, how you doing, man? ZBrush 4R8, yes, it's true. Okay, let's see. Squish this down just a bit. I'm sure I'll be tuning this as we go. I'm doing great. Hey, Pradeep, just waiting for me to get going. Yeah, sorry about that little hitch. You guys know the drill. Why in the world is my scene so... I gotta check this out. My scene is gigantic. One. Make this 1. Scene size 1. That's what it should be. Let's try that again. Did that put... Goodness. I don't know what's going on. That importing that OBJ just like messed things up completely. What's happening? Let me see if I drag one out. Okay. See? It's fine. What in the world's going on? That doesn't look good. Alright. I'm just going to append a star. Okay, that is better. Alright, alright. Okay, you guys, I'm going to show you something. If you guys are wondering what the heck I just did, sometimes when you import objects from other programs like Maya or anything like that, sometimes your scene size will get screwed up. And it's like, it's the bounding box of the scene that gets messed up. This whole grid right here. And you can change it, and you need to be careful with this because it will change scale going back to wherever you came from. But typically when you bring a model in, like with Gozi or something from Maya, it's going to make your scene gigantic. It'll make the guy huge. But you can go into geometry size and then change this XYZ size to 1. That's what I did just to kind of reset everything. And then there's another way to do it, going down to deformation and hitting this unify, but it's super dangerous because it will unify all of your meshes into the bounding box. So just be super careful with that. Yeah, if I hit unify, it won't do anything. But anyway, oh, still setting up your studio, slowly getting back to traditional media. Oh, that's fun. I miss traditional stuff. Yep, lots of ZBrush. That's awesome. Okay, that's very cool. There we go. Let me reset this. Let's set this home. Okay, I don't know why it was being strange. There we go. Aha. I'm going to have to redo that pelvis again, but that's okay as long as our scene size is fine. Oh man, what a way to start, you guys. We're getting there, we're getting there. I'm probably experiencing what you guys experience all the time. You're just like, what in the world's going on? Why is this happening? Okay, let's get it back to where we were. Okay. There we go. Back in business. Make sure we have symmetry turned on. Okay, catching up on chat here for a second. Doing a lot of modeling things that are in my environment. Trying to reproduce real-world objects in ZBrush to scale. Oh, cool. Awesome, I hope it works for you. Yeah, Dry Otter, that's what I usually do, honestly. Robert Kemp, which ones are you talking about? Ryan's tools? Oh, yeah, I have. I don't have them installed right now, but I have messed with them before. And yeah, I know that there's a lot of really interesting utilities in there. But yes, that's typically what I'll do is if I run into problems like that, the problem with resetting it that way though is if you are using something else externally like Maya, that'll also occasionally screw up your link between the two programs. So you just need to be careful with that link. Oh, cool. Okay. I'll have to check it out. Legs. Let's do some legs. Yeah, John Doe, the original. Yeah, that is the original model from Dreamcast. Moby Games. Yeah, I'm just kind of getting I'm getting the proportions from it for reference, and then I'm going to change it quite a bit after that. I just want to kind of generally get it in the ballpark before I push forward. If you guys have checked out my friend Leslie Vandenbroek, he works for Blizzard on Heroes of the Storm, and he's making a Lara Croft, and he did something similar where he found the original model from the original Tomb Raider game, and he started kind of using that as reference in the beginning, and then after he got everything blocked in, he put it away and continued from there. So I thought it was a good idea. Hey, what's up, Archer? How's it going, man? Okay. Let's do the next. We're doing super fast blockout tonight. All right. You can see how fast this method is when I'm quiet and focused. So I apologize if I'm being too quiet. Let's see. Oh, thanks. I just started. The like I said, the original background model is not my model. It's just reference. These legs are skinny. Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to see this model with color on it, for you, those of you just hopping in, you can see this is the original model from the Dreamcast game. See how low of resolution this is? It's like a phone game. So this was a dancing type game on the Dreamcast back in the day. Da-da-da. All right, let's make a foot. Oh, soda. Okay. Okay. Oh, really? Why would you be quiet? That's kind of the whole point of streaming, right? I would turn it off. Because typically when I listen to streamers or podcasts or I'm a huge nerd or geek or whatever you want to call it, so I listen to Critical Role all the time. That's Matt Mercer's D&D game that's over on Geek and Sundry on Twitch. And I watch or listen and watch that while I'm working. And if I ever watch Twitch streamers, I'll typically I want to listen to them, and then I'll look over once in a while if they're doing something interesting that I haven't seen before. And so I kind of picture you guys doing that, you know. Okay, I'm gonna make this heel go a little higher. But that's kind of how I consume Twitch. Thanks, Pradeep. Okay, Soda. Oh, you're the... Okay, Soda, I just realized who you were. Yeah, man, sorry. Yeah, just call me tomorrow. Sorry, today was a crazy day. Crazy day. But yeah, or send me emails, man. Just if you have questions that I could just answer, then I can just answer them whenever. But if you don't want to wait, that's cool too. Okay, let's see. You're not getting into the new campaign? It'll probably pick up, you know. I actually like those little digest things that they do. I can't remember the lady that does them, but she'll kind of summarize the story so you can catch up to where they're at really quickly. So cool, Robert. I'm gonna have to check that out. All right. Yeah, Joanna. It depends on who I'm watching too. Like I really enjoy watching Dylan Ekron stream. I always learn something, and he doesn't talk much. He just kind of goes. And since he doesn't talk much and he's just doing, then I find myself just staring at what he's doing. Yeah, I'm just kind of filling this out. And but in parts that I'm going to build off of later. These shoes are great, aren't they? Oh, nice. Very cool. Okay, so we have that. Let's go. I'm going to actually click back to this and auto group it. There we go. Because I want to lift these arms up, raise them up. Like so, just to get them away from that dress. Man, those are some skinny arms and quite wide shoulders. I'm gonna change these proportions a bit, just so you know. Let's see. Oh, sick for a few weeks out. Oh, Netflix binged the episodes and loved it. Are you talking about season 1? Yeah, Archer, he's a rare streamer. Yeah. Yeah, I like watching Matt Thorpe too, Redbeard. He's fun. But I accidentally make him laugh, so. And then he can't stream anymore because he's laughing too much. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. There we go. Okima, how many times do you divide my mesh? I actually don't divide it if I can help it. I know that sounds weird, but I like to use dynamic subdivisions, so it will give me a preview of what it would look like subdivided 3 times, but typically I don't subdivide unless it's necessary, which is usually towards the end. Let's see. Yeah, Dylan does stream on Twitch. He used to stream, oh, I'm trying to Ghost something, but I think he changed his Twitch name to something more that people could understand. Super Ghost, I think. S-U-P-R Ghost, something like that. I am not going to SIGGRAPH this year. I haven't been to SIGGRAPH since, like, gosh, it must have been 1998 is when I went to SIGGRAPH last. It's been a while. Not gonna lie. Okay. I typically when I block figures out, I'll block in the upper torso before I do the connection. Let's see. Yeah, something like that. Let's see. Yep, exactly, Robert. That's how I do it. Oh yeah, S-U-P-R Ghost. But I like I said, I think he changed it recently. I'm not sure. And if you can, I suggest trying to follow him for one thing, and then try and catch his streams, because even though it's mostly just music and he's sculpting, it's so much to take in. Just the little nuanced details of his style is just so incredible to me, and I always learn something. Always, always. And you guys that are in my course, I'm gonna hype Dylan up right now. He is a very, very good next step after taking my course. So he does a course over at Mold 3D, and he will actually deter people from taking his course that do not know much about ZBrush and that haven't done very many characters, because he's all about the appeal and getting to the next level of your art. So I can get you, you know, from 0 to the point where you're ready to take Dylan's class, if that makes sense, in my course. By the way, I'm opening my course for spring enrollment next Tuesday. So get on my newsletter if you're not already, because I'm opening it next Tuesday for enrollment. That is the 1-year anniversary of my course. So that's when I launched it last year. 1 year. Can you believe it? It's been a year since I launched that thing. And Dylan's class is quite difficult to get into as well, because he only has so many seats. I want to take his class, honestly. Oh. He's very, very, very good at getting likeness, and he just has a nice eye for appeal. Oh yeah, John Doe, it's fun. That's why I'm doing this, you know, is just because it's fun, not to try and win or anything. I actually hope I don't. You know, I don't want to take the spotlight off people, up and coming people, you know what I'm saying? It just sounded fun. So, oh, thanks, Soda. That means a lot, man. Okay, let's see. And sometimes when I get to this point, I like to hit ZRemesh, just because like the center one is getting a little stretched. Hey Sean, man. I just got this from. I just found it on the online. It's from Dreamcast's Space Channel 5. Her name's Ooh La La. She was from a Dreamcast kind of dancing game, I think it was. And so the challenge is to bring a character from an older retro game, and what would it look like if you remade them in a game of today, like a, you know, next gen, whatever you want to call it, game. So I just chose a very simple character. I mean, she just has a few like boots, gloves, a skirt, and a top, you know, and just some small accessories and some hair. That's pretty much all she is. So I chose that on purpose because it's very, very light and simple and something I can get done completely during, you know, a few streams. So this will be stream number 1. Dylan is his last name is Ekren, Ekren, and he works at Disney Feature. So he modeled a lot of the characters on Wreck-It Ralph, I believe. And he's a super nice guy, really tall. The guy is tall, but he's really nice and hilarious. Okay, let's get those arms in there. But I was gonna ZRemesh. Let me make sure I save this before I get too far. Okay, save it. Robert, is it? Well, come on over to Twitch. Yeah, just go to Pixelogic's Twitch channel. The the lag's much better. Much better. Sorry you YouTubers. There's a delay. Sodak. South Dakota. Okay. What I call you, Soda? Ah, people have some strange, not that strange, but hard to pronounce Twitch names sometimes. So I just say the first thing that, whatever it is, and hopefully you know who I'm talking about. Whoa. All right, let's see. Just kind of filling this in. And you can see that it's this original model is not perfectly symmetrical. Like this arm's popping out. But I don't know why I typically work on the right side of the screen, which is the left side of the model. But when you do mirroring in ZBrush, like mirror weld, it always takes from the left and mirrors to the right. So I always have to mirror it first and then do the mirror and weld. I'd save myself some time if I just worked on the left side, but I think it's because my arm is in the way if I'm working over here, so I like to work over here. Right-handed. On Twitch now. Hey! Yeah, soda pop. Right. That's what I thought. That's what I thought it was. Honestly. Sometimes you guys gotta reset this gizmo for the snapping to work. Oh, come on. There we go. Hey, Robert. No, now you're Arcane. I like that name. Arcane. Should have that on your license plate. Stedo, it is for the Retrogasm contest. Lovely name. It's being put on by Troy and Lena over at iHas Toys. And this is actually the second challenge they've done. And it's the challenge is to take an older game character, like from an older game, a retro game. That's why it's called Retrogasm. A retro game, and bring it into today's modern consoles. Like what would this is from a game called Space Channel 5. So what would a Space Channel 5 character look like in like a PS4? Something like that. So that's the idea. We'll see if I can pull it off. So again, I apologize. The cowboy gets pushed a little bit. The cowboy's having a tough time getting finished. Lag's a little shorter. So the lag is also coming from Restream. So I'm streaming. I stream to Restream. We all stream. So there's a thing called Restream.io, and essentially I stream to that, which is Pixelogic's Restream, and then that will then send the streams to Twitch and Facebook and YouTube. Yeah. From Cambodia. Hey, how's it going? This is a 3D print model. I probably will end up printing her, yes. At some point. I would love to. Do I have a link to that contest? If somebody in chat could link to their Facebook group. It is it's just, let me see. I can find it. Hold on. It's Retrogasm Art Competition. There you go. Okay. We'll see how. Yeah, you got it, Smelly. Okay, thanks. We both hit it. Thank you. And you've got to watch the rules video from Troy and Lena. So Troy and Lena, they're from New Zealand. I don't know if they're from New Zealand, but they're in New Zealand, and they do phenomenal sculpts themselves. They do they do some collectibles of they're kind of anime-ish looking ladies, and a bit on the risque side. And they're just really well done, and they're super nice. And Lena and Troy, they both stream as well. I think they stream on Pixelogic's site occasionally. I haven't seen them stream on there for a while. Hey, what's up, Harry? Who are you guys talking about? Lady Miss Kier from Delete? Huh. I'll have to check that out. A cool documentary on YT. Yeah, if you could, man. That'd be awesome. Please do. If you were talking about PMing me the link, that'd be awesome. I would love for... I have a couple really good animator friends. I would love to get her animating, and like, because she has this really awesome strutty walk in the Dreamcast game. That's kind of her signature thing, and I would love to have her animated and walk like that, like updated version, you know. Space Channel 5 history. Nice. Thanks, man. Okay. And you guys play Space Channel 5? been a while. When does that wiki say it came out? I'm guessing, let me guess. 2002. 2002? Am I close? Oh, hey guys, are you wondering about my brushes? There's somebody here wondering about my brushes. Let's see. Yeah, I have them for free over on my website. I'll give you a link. Here you go. So yeah, these brushes are free. The user interface is free, and my ruler file is free. So you just click on the sign up to be notified. That puts you on my newsletter, because I also have a course. You guys are probably sick of me talking about it, but I teach a 3D character 3D character modeling course online. It's called the 3D Character Workshop, and I'm opening it for enrollment next Tuesday. So this same time next week, opening it up. For those of you patiently waiting. How do you change the button color scheme? 1999, John, really? Okay, I wasn't close. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, you just go to preferences right here, and then eye colors, and you can see these are the interface colors. So these two buttons are the buttons that you can see that are blue, and then these green ones are the little sliders. So if you go in there and you change those up, it's going to change these buttons and these little sliders. So I changed it to blue and green because it kind of matches my my course colors. And then I have orange too, so I have orange, blue, and green as my course colors. Yes, I'm just adding, I'm using my own insert multi-mesh. So this is my insert multi-mesh brush. It comes with all these shapes right here. So I have 4 different levels of subdivision on these quad spheres. And then I have 2 cubes. One of the cubes is split like that down the middle. And they all come pre-creased. And I have this cylinder that's a quad cylinder. So it's just quad split on the top, and then there's no divisions down the length of this cylinder, so then you can make it into a cone very easily, stuff like that. And then finally, the one I use the most is this appendage brush, and all that is it's an elongated sphere that's been tapered on one end, and then I added some more loops going down the length, and that's what I use just to kind of block this out. So this is what she's looking like so far. And then I'm going to edit it more after we get this finished. And then here's my ruler file. You can see there's a ruler in here. And it kind of just helps you measure your characters if you're going back and forth between like Maya or something like that, or if you're wanting to 3D print this. If you're going to 3D print this, you can use this ruler as millimeters. So it is a centimeter ruler, which is 20 centimeters tall, or you can use it as a 200 millimeter ruler. And that's usually when I export something for print. As long as this ruler is in this file and your model is smaller than the ruler kind of creates a bounding box that's going to set that measurement for you. So then when you go into the 3D print hub right here, you change this to millimeter, change this to 200, because it is sometimes you have to slide it first, 200 millimeters tall. That will set the bounding box, and then you know your character will be the exact correct size. So that's what that ruler's for. Yeah, you can sign up for the newsletter. If you don't want to be on the newsletter, you can sign up, get the brushes, and then unsubscribe if you want. I rarely send out anything. I just barely sent out an email talking about I just had a challenge for my students, and I wanted to share the winners with the world, so I sent out an email with that announcement. And then I will send out emails when I open the course for enrollment, just so everybody knows. That's kind of what it's for, just to let people know that enrollment is coming. And then I'll leave it open for like a week, and then I'll close it and I usually open the course once a quarter-ish, you know. So that's that. So yeah, feel free to sign up if you'd like. Okay. Let's get this neck in here. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for the love and support. I'm glad it's helped you out. I developed that file when I was working on Disney Infinity because we were 3D printing so much and we had so much variation between the characters that we couldn't get it right because, you know, how high is this character? And then we had to export it in relation to the disk. So, you know, the disks that are on the bottom of the characters, those had to be the exact size. So the ruler file that we had at Disney was actually it was with the ruler. The disc was with the ruler. So you would import the ruler and it would come with the disc, and then we would proportion the character to that disc, and we would never touch that disc because it was like modeled pristinely, precisely to the size that it was supposed to be. I need to make this head bigger just to fill this in back here. The original model. Hey, what's up, Cody? No, this is the original model from the Dreamcast game. This is Ooh La La from Space Channel 5. See, check it out over on Maya. See, here it is. Look how low that resolution is on this model. This is it. This is from the 1999 Dreamcast game. So I'm just using it to help me with proportions, and then I'll take it off model here in a little bit. I did not. No. I mean, I was around and I was in the industry then, but no, I did not. I did not work on this game. This is Moby Games that did this. Okay. Let's get a hand in there. Again with the lag, really? Oh, decorative tile prototypes. Interesting. Yeah, have them 3D printed. Yep, just as long as you... That ruler is precisely 200 millimeters. I made it in Maya, set it up that way, and then imported it into ZBrush. So that ruler was not made in ZBrush. It was imported specifically to be the exact size. Okay. Hand to hand. Sometimes I'll use a cube to make the hand, but then sometimes I kind of prefer the spheres just because it has more geometry. I like the shape of the cube. Maybe I should make a cube with a whole bunch of subdivisions already built into it, so I can just lay that down and then it's ready to go. Hey Subram, I actually don't have a preference. I mean, when I'm doing models for myself and I'm just going and listening to music and just I can't even say that. I can't even say that. I was gonna say I like ZBrush better. Not ZBrush better. I like Sculpting better because you can do both box modeling and sculpting inside of ZBrush. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to try out 2018, ZBrush 2018, they have updated the link below if you want to do the trial. If you haven't updated it yet or you haven't bought ZBrush yet, you can try it. You can download the trial. But I still do a lot of hard surface sculpting for some contract work. And I'm just not quite used to the Z modeler enough to use it in my contract work, but I'm trying to use it because I really like just to stay in here. I like the environment of ZBrush, and I like the navigation and the hotkeys and shortcuts and things like that that you can set up. You can speed your workflow up a lot, so I enjoy that. But I also enjoy kind of pushing and pulling points around. I've done that forever. It's just what I do. I'm used to it. Oh, Stedo, I think it'll install an entire new folder system. So you don't need to worry about that. It will keep 4R8 installed and then install a brand new version of ZBrush in a new folder. So you can have both of them installed, but I'm not sure if, because that's what I have both of them installed. But I'm not sure if the license moves. I think it works, one license for both, because they redid their licensing system and they actually give you a new license for 2018. So I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, so you shouldn't hesitate. I mean, I understand the hesitation. I wouldn't open your model and save it in 2018 if you're in the middle of something. I would probably still work in 4R8 until that project is done. That's smart to do. But I wouldn't hold off on installing the 2018. Oh, Joner. Yeah. Did you make a jaw brush to save you making a jaw every time, like you said in the stream before? Moon Mix? I have not yet. I still want to, though. I still want to. Oh, hey, what's up, Sean? Okay. Yeah, you shouldn't have any issues. I mean, you're correct to be weary, I guess, but you shouldn't have any issues. It's been pretty solid. Okay. All right. I am going to duplicate this and ZRemesh it. So if you're ever going to do anything big, always make sure you duplicate, or anything if you're going to do anything that you can't really back out of. You can back out of a ZRemesh, but there's not a good chance. There's an okay chance of it crashing. So just in case, I like to duplicate it off, and we'll solo this so you can see it. And it's just going to rework this mesh, and it'll do new colors and stuff. So, and I'm going to show you guys a new thing with ZBrush 2018. Now, with this functionality, this is a tip. You need to have the gizmo at home base, like down at the feet. So hold down Alt and click on this home, and it's going to send it down there. And then I usually click on this circle, hold down Alt and click this circle. And what that does is it just resets the gizmo. If I turn on the floor, you can see it resets the gizmo at the floor. And if you ever try what I'm going to do, which is remesh by ZRemesher, if you ever try that and it doesn't work or it gives you an error, just make your gizmo reset down at home base there. Okay, and then you hit this gear, and I'm going to go remesh by ZRemesher. That's right over here. This is brand new to 2018, and this box pops up like this. Let's hide the floor. And what you get is these cones, these three little cones, and these are the axis mirroring cones. So if you want to mirror across Z, Y, or X, you can grab this and just pull it. So now it's going to mirror across X, okay? And then this little white cone is the only other one you need to worry about. And this will give you your target poly count, okay? So with being a full body like this, I typically like to have it around 4,000 or 5,000 polys. So I can grab this cone, and you can see the number down there in between her knees, and I can bring it up to somewhere. Let's try this, and then you just let go, and then it just remeshes. See that? So it will also respect whatever settings you have under the geometry ZRemesher tab right here. Yeah, this is super cool, right? Hey Fernando, I've thought about making a hand and foot primitive. And I'm going to tell you the reason I have not yet is, and this is the same reason I have not made a body, you know, just a full body. I could easily start with my pirate girl or with Kate that I did for the course. I could start with those base meshes, but the reason I don't is because I do not want to be artistically influenced by characters from the past, if that makes any sense. That's and I feel the same way about a hand or a foot. Now those hands and feet, they're nice because it's a lot of work to actually, you know, put every single segment of a finger in. It is a lot of work, and I will typically put the first segment of a finger, then the second, then the third, and make a full finger, and then I will duplicate that and move it to the next one, you know, duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. So I will duplicate those fingers, and but I typically will just build it from scratch. I won't like drop a hand in there because maybe that will influence, and it's kind of like 2 steps away instead of 1 step away from my goal, if that makes any sense. So you'd be fighting against it. So you'd save time in actually inserting your multi-meshes, but you would probably slow yourself down in actually adjusting everything, and you might get it wrong for a while. So that's why. It's my stupid reasoning. So let's see. Let's see. Also, base meshes are not allowed from previous. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I might get kicked out for using it. I don't know. I'm not using the base mesh itself. I'm using the one as a reference just to get kind of height and stuff. But maybe they'll kick me out for using it. I don't know. We'll see. But my friend Leslie Vandenbroek from Blizzard, he used the base mesh, or not the base mesh, but the original mesh from Tomb Raider to start his character with, and I thought it was a really cool idea. But he actually used it and then like destroyed it, so his looks completely different now. It's not even the same mesh, and that's what this is going to be. I wanted to start with the original proportions, and then I'm going to break it, so we'll see. Yeah. Yep, it's just reference. It's just reference. Okay. Anyway, this is a cool thing about this cone. Okay. Say you wanted to go a little higher with it. Well, until you commit, see how there's still a bounding box around this thing? Until you commit, you can still mess around with this this cone and go less. See how it's less? Or go more. Go up to like 9,000. And it will re-ZRemesh it as long as you haven't committed yet. So I'm going to go back down to about, I liked it around 5,000. So yeah, somewhere in this area, maybe even a little lighter. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, so when you're ready, when you like it, you just hit this gear again. And see how the gear is orange? That means you're still in a state of, I'm editing this, okay? So you'll want to click on that gear and then say accept. See this word accept? And now the gear goes back to gray. You're not in an editing state anymore. So super cool. All right, Indy, you have a question. I have a little extra money to buy a book or a tutorial. I'm stuck between wanting to get Masters of Anatomy so I can use those as references for new characters. That'd be an awesome book. The Likeness Sculpting by Frank Zing on Gumroad. That one's awesome too. Yeah. It depends on what you want to do, you know? Like, I don't know if I can answer that question for you, because it's all a matter of where's your passion? What do you want to learn next? Because anatomy will kind of, it's more of a reference guide that'll help you across all characters. And Frank Zhang's tutorial is very pointed in, this is what I'm going to teach you and this is what I'm going to learn, that kind of thing. So if that's going to be the thing that you want to learn, I would probably get that Gumroad tutorial. And he does a fantastic job with it too. So let's see. Cito, did they add more deformers in that gear button? Yes. Yep. They added quite a few actually. And like, yeah, they added some more deformers, but they did this project primitive, and I could show you guys some of that. And then they did this remesh by Dynamesh, remesh by Union, which is awesome. I use it all the time. And then remesh by ZRemesher. So I actually use this remesh by Union to replace what I used to use Dynamesh for, which was glue the parts together. I don't really use that anymore. I use remesh by Union, and I'll show you that in a little while why. So yeah, there's a lot of, and now they have this ring primitive too. That's a new primitive. So anyway, yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, yeah, no problem, Indy. All right, I gotta drink some of my bai here. 1 second. This is good stuff. All right. Hey, Fernando. I don't know who did. This is actually the original character. Excuse me, from a Dreamcast game. Here, I'll show you. I have a bunch more hidden here. See all these. Here, let me move her out of the way. So her name is Ooh La La. She's from Space Channel 5. This dancing game on the Dreamcast back in, I guess, and Rob said 1999. Crazy. Yeah, no problem, Moon. I hope you enjoy them. And then go back to the videos on the front page. There's 3 videos that tell you how to install them, but also refer to the README file, because that will give you the exact location where to put the brushes, the UI, and the project file. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. But I'm just hiding her over here for now. Okay. And I'm using the actual model from the original game as a reference. And it looks like this over in Maya with the textures. See the super low res? Yay, low res. All the triangles. I worked on a game called, do you guys remember the Disney movie Brother Bear? I worked on a game for the PC that was Brother Bear. And it was about that same level of triangles back. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, let me know if I missed anybody's questions. Oh, I gotta look at. I forget Facebook. Oh my goodness. Sorry, Facebook peeps. Let's see. Hey, Facebook, how's it going? I'm watching you now, but nobody's talking over on Facebook. But people are watching. Hi. Okay. Let's see here. Also, if you want to know how to turn off these wireframes on your low-res mesh, it's just this little word right here that says line. A lot of people don't know that that's there. And then there's a little word that says fill. So you can turn off fill and it looks like a traditional wireframe model. But that's how you turn that off. And then if you hit D, which is dynamic smooth, then you can make your model look all cool and smooth. This is how I teach how to do it in my course. Okay, so I'm gonna hide that for a minute. Sean Man, yes, that has always been there for as long as I know. I've known it. Yep. Crazy, huh? Crazy the things you learn. All right. Yep. Oh, I forgot to turn on symmetry. Okay. What am I doing? Just making these shoulders. Yeah, it kind of does. It kind of does. And I'm going to show you guys if you want. Okay, on the next primitive that I add, I'll show you how project primitive works. And the reason I don't use it yet is because it's still, I'm not used to it. I don't feel comfortable enough using it and streaming live with it. But I'll show you how it works. And you can use it for blocking out characters for sure. But it's just kind of a different mindset and a different way to approach things. Okay. That's some wide shoulders. Look at that. That's a crazy thing. The bust on her. So, okay, but I don't use the metaball stuff. I don't use the blending stuff typically because I like to keep my mesh. The reason I block stuff out this way in primitives is because I like to keep things editable for as long as possible. And if you use the insert primitive with the melding, you know, the melting of the parts together, then you cannot go back and edit it once you say accept, if that makes sense. But there is a way. There's a purple cone, and I'm going to show you that purple cone. There's a purple cone in there that you can turn on or make active that will make your primitives not meld into each other, okay? So there are certain cases where, yeah, you can you know, use the meld or whatever if you want to. But let's see. Maybe I'll just do it with these collarbones or something like that. But I can show you. So let's save this in case it goes crazy. Saving. Okay. So I'm going to show you how this project primitive works, and it's hidden in the Gizmo menu. Not really hidden, but it's in the Gizmo menu. And I'm going to reset it down here and reset the Gizmo, and then click on here and hit project primitive. Okay, now this is crazy because what it does is it's doing two different things right now. There's the bounding box that's around the character that you can see, and then there's this new primitive that I've introduced right here. Okay, and see how when you bring it in here, it's actually subtracting. Let me make it smaller so you can actually see what it's doing. So it is actually subtracting from that mesh until I bring the center point into a mesh. As soon as I do that, then it becomes a positive. And then she has issues. See that? Bort. So it's like bubble gum. So this is essentially an object that you're putting into space. Let me turn the lines back on so you can see what it's doing. So see how it's melding itself in there, like, yeah, lactose intolerant. Oh, my stomach. Ooh. So, and you can see how it's negative until you push it into a body, right? But see this purple cone? If you pull on that guy all the way, now it becomes its own object, and you can pull it out here. Okay, and so that is what I'm interested in, is an object that is not going to meld. Okay, hopefully it's benign. So now this object's over here. These are all of the ways I can edit this object. So you can see there are modifiers that you can pull on to change the shape of the primitive. Super cool, right? You can change it into this cool diamond shape or this cube shape, like that. And then once you have it into, let's say, a rounded cube, then you can change what type of primitive it is. Like, see this cylinder? And then you can mess with this again, and now you can make it like a square cylinder or something like this. So this is neat when you are making like mechs or something, and you want the parts to have interesting shapes. You know, like it's not quite a square and it's not a circle, so you can do something like this. Or you can also change the axis of the object, and then, yeah, once again you can change the type of primitive that it is, and just keep messing with it. there's some really cool primitives that happen. Then again, just like the ZRemesh, or remesh by ZRemesher, you see this bounding box here. This little axis, all these axes right here, this is symmetry across X, Y, Z, and radial symmetry. So the radial symmetry can be very interesting. But if I pull on this X-axis, you can see that it is, I don't know why it's going across over there, but it's being mirrored across the X-axis. I just don't know why. It's clear out there. Maybe because it was there to begin with. I don't know. We'll turn that off. Anyway, so using this purple cone is a way that I can see using project primitives when I'm actually doing, using these for blockout. Okay, and then these little lines are really cool. These little dots, what they'll do is they're clipping planes. See that? You can automatically clip these. So say you wanted to do a foot or something, you could clip this right up like that to make a foot and just rotate it and then even scale it out. Yeah, you can scale these so they're not just perfectly shaped primitives. You can't go in there with the move brush and start tweaking it because you'll lose your edits. So save the move brush for when you're all done. Okay, so you can mess with these primitives to make like a shoe or something, different shape, whatever you want. And like I said, save the moves until you're done. And then when you like what you see, say this is like a shoe or something, and you like it, there's this little white cone that is accept or commit. And you just click on that. And now you can see that the bounding box encompasses that whole thing. So, hey, what's up, Lisa? How's it going? Does she not believe it's live? Is this live? So, and then when you want to commit this, you can see that just like with Remesh by ZRemesher, it gives you this orange gear. See this orange gear right here? That means you're still in edit mode, and to get out of it, to accept it, you click on that gear and then say accept. And now we have our primitive, we're good to go, right? So anyway, that's pretty fun to play with that. So, but of course, we're not going to use it. I'm going to delete it. But that's, in a nutshell, that's how insert primitive works. And it is super fun to play with, like fun, because you get these shapes that you have no idea that you were going to create. It's like happy accidents all over the place, especially with radial symmetry. If you turn radial symmetry on, you can get some really super fun shapes with that thing. So anyway, I want to get continuing on this blockout here. Yep, it's time. Sorry, Lisa. It's time to add the breasts and the bum. It's always fun. That's too much. And to do this, all I do is get the starter shape in there and then just pull it into place. Oop. And this is going to be like so tight that there's not going to be much definition there. I just want it for the silhouette. But hey, it's going to be there. All right. Probably not. I mean, how much can you do with those low polys, right? Okay. And then this chest. Oh, hey, Fernando. That is a fantastic question. It's running at 59 degrees Celsius right now. So it's still a little hot, but livable. I can do it. But thank you very, very much. Yeah, but when you say my kid, he's 20. So it's not like my little kid, you know. He's got a kid of his own. Yeah, it's his birthday next. He'll be 21 next week. I'm an old guy. I'm just trying to get these shapes to flow into each other. Grandpa Shane, yep, you got it. Oh, excuse me. We're going to be learning ZBrush. Sit down, I'll tell you a story. I like to joke and say, come over and I'll give you some Werther's Originals. Isn't that what grandpas do? Back in my day, we had ZBrush. None of this VR sculpt. All right. I'm just editing these proportions more to my liking a little bit. Oh, that's hilarious, Sean. We had the model using punch cards and we liked it. Yeah. Yeah, from Diablo. Stay a while and listen. I love that music. Diablo music. Exactly. We pulled points and we liked it. Oh, man. All right. Butt cheeks ahoy. Here we go. Spare no expense. Done. Butt cheeks. How can you model butt cheeks without giggling? How? That's what I want to know. We charted it and we liked it. All right, time for ZRemesh. Punch tape cards, totally. Oh my goodness. Back in the day. Yep. Buttocks. Alright, those are some nice shoes we got going there. Yeah, Fernando, thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. I'm still probably going to get something else, though. Not anytime soon, but I don't know how flat those should be. I'm going to leave them for now. Kids are watching. Okay. Let's turn this back on. It's fairly decent. I think just for fun, I might block out the hair pieces here. I don't know if I want to do that just yet. And the headphones. Oh my goodness, really? They can only send it to universities downtown. We had to share dev kits. Like excuse me. We had to so we would share like one PS1 dev kit between our team. It would be sitting over on a dev kit test box, and we would have to ship our art over there to see it in the game. That was fun. So that's the closest thing I've gotten to sending it downtown to to look at. Send her on downtown. Okay, let's block this hair out. I don't know why I'm whispering. Where are the fingers? And then I'm gonna go ahead and just block out this dress on top of here. Why not? Get the full block out done. Let's see here. The digital Stone Age. I just saw an ad somebody posted on Facebook of like the old VIC-20. You guys remember the VIC-20? Commodore 64. It was like the small brother of the Commodore 64 called the VIC-20. And it was about the cost of a gaming system, but you could compute on it too, you know. Oh, VIC-20. It was good. It was fun. I had a Commodore 128. Crazy. Until I got an Amiga. Amiga was crazy fun because it had, I remember it had 4,096 colors. That was like the big thing. So, Super Tim, the back, you're talking about this right here? That is an old game model from 1999 from a game called Space Channel 5. It's not a sculpt, it's an old model. And that's what I'm using right here for my reference. Just for a block out here. There we go, block out. 8-bit color, nice. It does look like a color of shame. It's like, I'm not going to say it, Mike. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to hold my tongue. Because you know what those colors are for. Original copy is nice. Yeah. Oh, you know what made me sad? Another Facebook survey is like, choose which one of these consoles was your very first console, and there's like the NES and the Super NES and the Sega and all those and the Dreamcast, and the Atari 2600 was not even on the list. And I'm like, mine was this one. Does that count? I'm old. Okay. Digital fossil. I'm a digital fossil. That's a good way to put it. It was from the Stone Ages. Yeah, 1999. It's not that old. I started in the industry in 1998. So that was my first gig at a place called Sapphire back in 1998. I was working on Xena Warrior Princess fighting game. Crazy. Crazy to think about that. Yeah, the original Pong. Nice. That's going back. That's going back to the beginning. Little hair helmet. Sometimes this topological doesn't work. It doesn't like to get along with masking very well. Yeah. So my first kid, he's from a previous marriage from my wife. So I hadn't met him yet. I met him when he was 4. Okay, I need to fix this bulgy forehead's giving me anxiety. What's wrong with your bulgy forehead? Okay, down the line. Yeah, Cody, there is. And it's really only noticeable when you're using the Sculptris Pro mode. So if you want to give it a shot, just turn on Sculptris Pro mode and use the new Snake Hook 2. And what it does is it tends to follow your brush along better than the original Snake Hook. So it's a lot of fun to play with. Let's see. Oh, my background. This, like this right here? Oh, thanks. Yeah, these are all sculpts. These are from a game called Disney Infinity that I worked on. I worked for Disney Interactive for 10 years. And for like 5, 6-ish of those years, maybe 5, I worked on Disney Infinity. So, yeah, I think about 1/5 or probably a little less than that of those characters I sculpted for that game. So it's, yeah, it was super fun. I see what you're saying. Thank you very much. Oh, thanks. No, Snake Hook brush will do the same thing. Like the original Snake Hook brush, it will drag geometry and create it too. But Snake Hook 2 just does a better job at it. So it's just slightly different way of doing it, I guess. And I think that is way too high on her head. And then just for fun, I'm going to turn off symmetry and block in this piece. Oops, not with that. Yeah, I can show you here in a minute if you want to see. But this is what I use Snake Hook brush for when I'm not using Sculptris mode, is bending things around. It just bends a little bit easier. You guys over on Facebook are quiet. Can you hear me okay? Is it still working over there? I don't mean to ignore you. Facebook has been kind of slow. I was trying to watch some other streamers earlier. Paul Gabriel was on here earlier doing his What's Up. If you really want to get the insights of what the new tools do, Paul is a great one to watch. If you can ever catch him on stream or watch it back, you can catch him on the YouTube channel, the Pixelogic YouTube channel. You can watch some of his back. And I'm sure he goes pretty deep in what the new ZBrush 2018 can do. I'm just kind of lightly touching on it. Hey, what's up, Govind? How's it going? Don't know if I said your name right, but hey, thanks for joining me. Okay. Then I'm going to make some cylinders, because it makes the most sense. Nice. That's what I should be, Sledgehammer. Sedgehammer. That's great. Okay, let's see. I need to reset this. Whoop. Reset. There we go. There, headphones. Wolfenstein 3D on a floppy disk that would take years to load. I remember just these games on the Commodore 64 that would just take hours and hours just waiting. It's like, come on. You know, hey John Jake, how's it going? You'd think so, but they've only dabbled. They've only dabbled. They are very creative, but I still think you know, what I don't know if, you know, what Dad does is very cool or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning is, but they have toyed with it for sure. Okay, this is the same polygroup, and I didn't mean it to be. All right. Ooh, Maniac Mansion. I think somebody's doing one of the characters from Maniac Mansion for the Retrogasm contest. Any tips for a 50-year-old new to this stuff? Yeah, no time to start than the present. So yeah, it's just get to it, get practicing, just like anything else. Yeah, there's just get to it. And what else was I gonna say? Yeah, it's just like, you know, I've been kind of piddling around with guitar forever, and it's just like, it's kind of like learning guitar, you know. That's how you learn it, is doing it, practicing, getting better. The more you do it, the better you get. I used to play a game, see if you guys remember this game. I played a game on the Commodore. It was an EA game called Killed Until Dead. Do you guys remember that game? Whoa, not that. That was one of my... Morgan Freeman. Get busy sculpting or get busy not. Get busy dying. There we go. Get in your own polygroup, you. Should I render models from ZBrush to a reel from Maya? I guess I don't understand what the question is. Render models from ZBrush to... So this bifocals. What was I trying to say? I got sidetracked. If you're trying to get a job as a character artist, this comes from Gavin Golden from Insomniac. He's like, if you're not an animator or you're not in special effects or something like that that actually has motion, there's no real reason to need a reel. You know, like a demo reel, like something with video and moving, or like slow moving characters or something like that. There's not really a reason to have a demo reel, and I completely agree with that. It's better to have an image, a rendered image, but the best thing to have if you're trying to get into the game industry, the best thing to have is a game character in a game engine, and then show that off. That's what you want to show. You want to do a game character. So like when you go to ArtStation and you see all these really high resolution characters and they look really, really nice, the only job you're going to get with that is in the collectibles industry, but you have to show that you can do the keys and, you know, make it ready for mass printing, mass manufacturing, or in the illustration industry for like books and things like that. If you just want to do 3D illustration and you're not really interested in getting into film or games, then a high resolution character like that isn't really built with retopologized meshes, you can do that. So I don't know if that's Gav is officially a hater of Wix. It is true. It is true. That guy cracks me up. He's like, I went to one of his talks at GDC. It was great. I met him there. He's a fun guy. But I wanted to hang out with him more, but I went to the ArtStation party instead of the. I was at a Blizzard party, and I guess he showed up right after we left, and I didn't catch him. But yes, you always want to. It's very important to show off your clean topology and your UVs. So, and the reason why is because you want to show the companies that you can do the work, right? Because what good is a portfolio if you're not showing them that you can do the work that they're asking you to do? And that work, if you're trying to get into games, is typically a game character, you know, taking it all the way to finish. So that's what you want to have in your portfolio, if that makes sense. So, so to answer that question, Marmoset is a game engine. Honestly, it started out as a game engine. If you're using PBR textures and PBR kind of lighting and everything like that, that essentially is a game engine. And then you can push that to ArtStation and show it that way. Let me see. Sorry, I'm gonna go off the rails here for a minute and show you guys. Okay, so this is my ArtStation right here. And I don't have, you know, this is one of those do as I say, not as I do, because I'm not really in the market anymore for, you know, looking for that kind of stuff. But this is a Marmoset toolbag render of a character that I made for the course that I teach, 3D Character Workshop. This is a character that I walk you through, and this is how you can look at a character, right? Then you can click on this, and you can see the topology, and you can see if it's got clean topology or not. Then usually later on down the line, I don't have it, but you would put your maps down here. So you can see that you know how to create normal maps, ambient occlusion maps, and hardness, roughness maps, stuff like that. So that's what you would put down here. But yeah, this is my model that I baked all the maps inside of Marmoset and then just pushed it out to a viewer. And there's actually an ArtStation exporter right inside Marmoset toolbag that you can export your model right to ArtStation. It's super duper cool. So, but that comes with a warning. Don't make your models gigantic in a Marmoset viewer. You want to be very, very low textures. Don't go putting 8K textures or 4K textures in here. Make sure you're putting like, this is one 4K texture for the entire character. But all of these, like the gloss and everything, that all came from Marmoset and baking and making maps for it. So that's what that's for. And then you can have a nice high-res render. You know, this I did in Keyshot. I rendered this in Keyshot, so I didn't render it in Maya, and I did not render it in ZBrush. This is in Keyshot. So that's what I did that for. And this is just a render out of Marmoset in case this loader does not load. I just wanted to have a backup so you can kind of see the version of it. So anyway, and then I like to put the concept in there just to say, hey, this is the concept that I originally made this from. So, and too bad the Retrogasm contest wasn't going back then, right? This is Kate Archer from No One Lives Forever. So it's kind of a Retrogasm kind of a contest thing. So I'm doing a very similar thing with this character, but with different proportions, you know, smaller head, longer legs. And kind of the goal of the contest is to keep it in the same flavor of the original game, but what would it look like if it was updated to like the current consoles, like Xbox One or PS4. So I don't know if, I don't think it does do UDIMs. UDIMs is more of a film thing, and Marmoset's more of a game thing because it makes normal maps. So I don't know, you know, we'll see. Oh, is someone doing a version of Kate? That's cool. Yes, RCM Gra, that that is my favorite program to bake maps in, honestly, because if you name everything correctly, then it will bake beautifully, and it goes hand in hand with ZBrush. So if you create your highs in here and then you create your lows, you can bring them both into Marmoset and just bake it, and it works very, very nice. So it's a very good kind of companion app to ZBrush, just like Substance and Maya and that kind of stuff. So let's see. Yeah, I don't know if Unreal supports UDIMs either. So something like that you would probably have to render out in Maya, you know, if you're going to do UDIMs for film. I'm not really a film guy, so I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. Yeah, it's new in toolbag 3 for sure. It's really nice. Oh, thanks. Yep, no worries. Happy to help. Happy to help. Okay. And this chin. All right, we're gonna have to figure that stuff out. And once again, I mean, I'm sorry I keep pitching my course, but I have an online course where I walk you all the way through. So I walk you from 0 to an in-game character. I show you how to do retopology, how to bake maps in Marmoset, how to set up the textures and get them all working, and how to push your character to ArtStation, just like that. So if you're interested in that, I'm actually having enrollment open next Tuesday. So 1 week from now, I'm opening enrollment, and I usually do it via a YouTube live video where I just tell you all about the course, and I show you behind the scenes, I show you the course itself, and just kind of, you know, reveal everything and show you exactly what it is, how much it costs, and all that kind of stuff. And I typically have the enrollment open for a week, and then I close it until like a quarter, the next quarter after that. So if you're interested, it's becoming available. And if you're not on my newsletter yet, please go to 3dcharacterworkshop.com and sign up for the newsletter. Here's a link for you, and yeah, and then you'll be notified when enrollment becomes available and when you can watch that live YouTube video. If you want to come ask me questions, whatever you want, I'll tell you all about it. So I like talking about the course on here, but not, you know, not too much, because this is Pixelogic's channel. So we're talking about ZBrush over here. But about 90, I would say 80 to 90% of the course is ZBrush, and the rest is like Keyshot and other programs. So if you want to learn ZBrush, it's a great way to do it. Yeah, so UDIMs, it's like you know, if you're familiar with UVs, it's like 0 to 1 space is like a portion of the model, like say the center torso is covered in that 0 to 1 space, and then you have another like 1 to 2 space is like the next set, and that's like the chest area, and that's another 4K map, and then like the head is another one, and you know, it's kind of this stacked thing where and it's typically used in film, but I don't know much about it. But yeah. So do I take on a lot of students? I actually do. I have, but the reason I don't have it open all the time, well, not yet, I might later, but the reason I don't have it open all the time is because I don't want to get overwhelmed, because the course comes with a community, and the community has a lot of people in there, and that help each other out, which is fantastic. And I will occasionally go in there and I'll respond, and I'll do live Q&A videos, and I will do occasional live feedback videos. If like a particular student's almost there but not quite, I'll ask them to send me their model, and I will help them, you know, get to the point where it's more appealing, or past that wall. You know, people just kind of sometimes hit brick walls, and they just need that little nudge, you know, just to get over that part. So, oh, you're from Provo. Hey, what's up, man? I do. There's like draw nights. I need to get down there. But yeah, I don't really do meetups. I need to do more. But I don't know if you're familiar with Mel Milton or those guys. They've invited me. I just haven't made it down there. Okay. At UVU, you know, I actually used to teach down at UVU for a long time ago. Yeah, Mel Milton teaches at UVU now, I believe, doesn't he? Okay, let's see. I'm just going to kind of check these proportions. And then, okay, then I'm going to block out that. I'm in Utah. Utah. Okay, I'm going to block out that dress really quick. I'm just going to make a cone for this bottom part and then a cone for the neck part, and then I'll figure out the rest after that. Oh, okay. You're freelance 3D artist full time? Oh, awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I don't know if you know who Sam Nelson is, but I just ran into him yesterday. He's a professor down at BYU. He's one of the most phenomenal painters I've ever seen. He's really good. He has a render engine in his head. Yeah, I'll get to those platform hills. Let's see. Okay. Making sure I'm not missing anything. Facebook's still quiet. All right, we're good. Okay. Okay. Yeah, those boots. I love how they look from the side. Look at that. Just how the heel kicks back and it's a super tight point. And then these are like those old go-go boots, you know, those from like Austin Powers or something like that. Really cool. Speaking of Austin Powers, I can't believe the actor that played Mini-Me passed away. Dang it. All right. I'm just gonna... Judy Jetson. Oh, you know what? Judy Jetson would be fun to model, like a current model of her. That'd be fun. No, what's the dot? Yeah, Judy is the daughter. The white-haired. Doesn't she have white hair? Yeah, Vern. Dang it, Vern. Why? Okay. Supreme, I typically, yeah, I've been using Maya lately. The quad draw. Yeah, it's much improved in 2018, I'll just say that. Okay. Now, this skirt, I'm just making this for just temporary geometry that I'll create from, I'll create the skirt from this geometry later. This is just kind of just a block out, as it were. Yeah, that's kind of, I just ran across this and I'm just like, oh man, I should do that character. I'm like, I wasn't going to do anything because I'm pressed for time. I'm doing some contract work right now and I really got to get that done. But I'm like, well, if I do it during the streams, which I'm going to be streaming anyway, if I can find a simple enough character that I can do during a stream, I'll do it. So that's why. And I'm not entering the contest to win or anything. I just want to do it. Because yeah, I would like to be a judge sometime, maybe even sponsor it if they're gonna, you know, do it again, which they probably will. If they'd have me, I don't know. They'd probably be like, no. I think Gavin is one of the judges. It's Retrogasm. It's Retrogasm Art Challenge. So if you do a search for that in Facebook, they have a Facebook group. You can find it. Roach numbers, totally. Yeah, Quadra. Min Mix. It's a contract. I don't want to say who it is yet. Just until I finish. You know, it's not, because it's, I don't want to announce it or anything saying, hey, I'm working for these guys, until I actually have something to show for it. It's super duper exciting. It's like a dream gig. So, I'm anxious to tell you guys about it, but I don't want to announce anything yet until I actually like produce something and have it in the game. It is for a game. It's not film or television or anything. Let's see. Okay. Using the same cylinder, not the same cylinder, a different cylinder. Yeah, I'll just turn it. Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm stoked. It's fun. Yep, NDAs. Well, I could probably say who it is, but I just don't want to yet. It's not an NDA as far as who I'm working for. But actually what I'm doing is. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you're ever working on a game or whatever, you're going to be signing NDAs all over the place. They're going to make you sign away your life. Yeah, Arcane. I actually thought about that. There's somebody, I'm trying to remember who it was. They did such a good job with Dirk and, oh man. And I would love to do Kimmy, or Kim. My wife's name's Kimberly. So, this girl Kim from Space Ace. So, you know, the red-haired girl, she would be fantastic. And I think Sideshow did a version of her, or Electric Tiki. I'm trying to remember which one did a collectible of her. But they did such a great job with her and like Daphne from Dragon's Lair. Yeah, they're so good. So whenever somebody does a model that good, I'm a little like, yeah, that's kind of already been done. So I don't want to try it, I guess. I don't know. I guess I could, but speaking of which, you guys know that I love Johannes Helgeson's work, from that Pirate Girl that I did. He just posted another one of this. It is so good. And dang, that guy, he keeps making art that I want to model, and I don't have the time. I would model every single one of his designs if I could, if I had the time. It is, oh my goodness. It's so awesome. These little chompers. I'll have to show you. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if it's better on Instagram. Let me try. Yeah, here we go. Okay, I'll show you guys. Look at this thing. Oh, where did it go? I can't grab the window. Dang it, Windows 10. There we go. Okay. I can't blow it up, but look at this. I just love his designs because he puts a theme throughout the entire thing. So if it's really hard to tell, just go to Johannes Helgeson's Instagram and check this out, so you can get a better view. Or he put it on his Facebook. I don't know where else he's put it, but these chomper fish, and then you can see these pointy little triangles everywhere in the design that match the teeth. It is so good. And then her hair is just like these, oh man. I just salivate over his designs. They're so good. And this one, yeah, awesome. If I had the time, I would model every single one of his. Oh, Alt Plus? Okay, I already closed it. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, you should check it out. It's so good. So good, so good. Control Plus. Okay. Thanks, man. For next time, I'll do it next time. Unless you want me to pull it up again. Clip those off. Okay. Other than the hands, I think in the, you know, the... I can show you a trick with this headband. Well, it's not really a trick, but I'll just grab that cylinder again. Pull it out like this. Oh, thanks. Just kind of get that into place. And then change the size a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to put it in its own group, its own subtool, so I can edit it better. So I'll hide it. That's weird, it put it in its own. Okay, let's hide these. Okay, and then let's go split hidden. Solo. Turn on the lines. Okay, then what I can do is, because I just want the outer band, and then I'll add thickness to it. So basically what you can do is just switch to select lasso and hide that stuff, just like that. And then say delete hidden. And then go to Z Modeler brush, extrude, polygroup all, and just go whoop. But if you push in, it typically inverts the normals like that. So all you have to do is go down to display properties and hit flip. It'll flip it like that. Yeah, not safe for work. Yeah, there's some ladies. He likes the ladies. Let's see, auto group, not auto groups. I did not finish the dyno. I finished the head. Well, not finished, but I got it quite far. I just wanted to put that on hold to do this because I was excited to do this. I just decided it would be fun. It would be a quicker project that I could stream with. I thought you guys would appreciate that. Okay, let's hide. And I do want to get the cowboy printed by the time the ZBrush Summit comes around, but we'll see if I can actually make that happen this year or not. It would be nice. And I really want to get it into that pose on the back of the dinosaur, you know. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. I was trying to, so that's the thing about this gizmo is you have to hold down Alt to get it to move anywhere, right? But holding down Alt, if you're hovering over another model, it's going to select that model. So that's kind of a little thing that is irritating sometimes. But just know that it does that. So I'll just kind of get it similar, you know, close, and then invert the mask, and I want to make this whole thing taper. There we go. I am using dynamic subdivision, yes. It's my favorite. And see how this is, see the end, how it's all round? A really easy way to get around that is to do group by normals. It's going to actually put a group at the end of this. See that? And then you say crease by polygroup, and it'll put creases around there. And then when you hit D, it'll stay nice and flat and crisp. That's it. Okay, now I can merge this down with my blockout if I want to. There we go. And except for the fingers, I think we're about there. And I'll probably pull these boots out like this. I'm not sure yet. All right, Arcane, thanks. Thanks, Robert. Take care, man. Okay. Okay, I'm just kind of looking this over here just to see proportions and things. Da, da, da. Okay, I'm gonna start blocking in these fingers really quick because it's almost 10 o'clock. It's almost 10 o'clock. I'm gonna be wrapping it up pretty soon here. This is going to get kind of tricky. Pradeep, yeah, so how you increase performance is you keep... 5 million isn't really that high. Like 12 million plus is getting pretty high, but if your machine is kind of choking, what you need is you need more CPUs and more RAM, but it's typically more cores, CPU cores. But if you have a machine and you can't really change it, the best thing to do is to get lower geometry, like I'm doing here. Just try to stay as low as possible. Use ZRemesher, use subdivision levels. Don't stick with Dynamesh all the time, because, or even if you're using Sculptris Pro, the new Sculptris Pro mode, it will get into the millions very, very quickly. And a way to get around that is by using the new Decimation Master presets, and those will kick your poly count down quite a bit while you're working, so that will save you some. And but yeah, so if you have a big heavy Dynamesh mesh, it's better to duplicate that off, ZRemesh it, add a couple subdivision levels, and then project your detail down to that, and that will save your file size for sure. All right, Stido, you can watch this back on Pixelogic's YouTube channel too. So if you're worried about missing the very end of it, you can just go catch it there. Hey, Super Tim, I did a long-winded answer to that, man, already. So if you want to watch that back on the YouTube channel, I don't know if you caught that, but I went into what to put in your show reel yeah, I went into it quite deep. I don't know if you caught that or not, but maybe it's a language barrier, I'm not sure. Sorry about that. Whenever I subdivide to 1 million, I hear the hamsters in the computer. Oh man, Dry. Yeah. Yep, they cry. But yeah, maybe it's, I don't know if you can, but maybe it's time to upgrade. Okay. And for stylized characters, I usually only do 2 knuckles. I don't do the third. Cleaning the pen? I don't think mine's ever gotten sticky. I don't know. What are you doing with it? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I'd use alcohol or anything on it. Will I do a pinup? I have before. I did, here, I'll show you. I did one designed by Shane Glines. And I actually have a video showing how I did it. Let me see if it'll come up. So here's some of my stuff. So this pinup right here. Huge. Okay, there you go. So I did this pinup. This is based on Shane Glines, and I did this a long time ago. There's a lot of stuff I would change on it, like these fingers. Yeah, I need to do a new one. But I have a video on YouTube if you look up. If you look it up. So yes, I have done a pinup before. Yeah, don't use cleaning agents. Like don't use I wouldn't use alcohol. Well, alcohol might work, but not like mineral spirits or anything like that. Maybe just water. I don't know. What, buddy? Oh, silly. Okay, come on. Yeah, Clorox wipe would be bad. You know what? Maybe send off an email to Wacom and ask them. I bet they'd give you some good info. Now to duplicate this finger, all I'm doing is holding down Control, and it will duplicate anything that's not masked. I had a Razer mouse, you know, like R-A-Z-E-R, Razer mouse, and that thing, I don't know what kind of rubber it was made out of, but that thing got super sticky. It was not my favorite thing. Oh, geez, that's not what I wanted. Okay, I'm just getting these into different groups here. And I don't want them to touch because there's see, I want a space in between these fingers, because when you go to project your maps, you want to have enough space in there that it's not going to overlap, and you know it's not going to bake the neighboring finger into this finger. So you want a nice space between there. Yeah, Johannes's hand studies are so good. Oh, whoa, come on. This one? One more time. Okay. Yeah, it's a slow scale. Come on, what's going on? There we go. It's really small. Oh, thanks. So in my workshop, Elizabeth, I do. Did you see that? Did you see that Kate character? Did I show you? Did you see that when I had it up earlier? So this is the character I cover in my workshop. This one. I tell you how to build that, and then I tell you how to make the game character of it. So I walk you through that. But it's not. This is just an example character that I show you. But my course is set up for you to do your own character. It's not a follow along and do, you know, remake Kate. That's not my intention for my course. Because I want you to learn how to make characters in general, not just reproduce one I've made. Because that's kind of against the point. Okay, not too bad. Now, once I get this blocked in, I'm gonna turn the hands so they're not turned like inward like that. There, did you see it, Ruzba? I know there's a big lag. There's a delay when you're over watching this from YouTube. Sorry about that. Yeah, I do actually. I actually did a live lesson talking about a few different hair techniques. But with braided hair, I usually use an IMM brush, an insert multi-mesh brush that, because people make braided hair insert multi-mesh brushes all the time. So why recreate what's already been done, I guess, is my philosophy. All right. I'm going to duplicate this off. Let me save it. Duplicate this. Then I'm just going to try ZRemeshing it to see what happens. Some of this stuff I don't want to lose, like the crisp headphones. Let me separate that out actually. Turn this off. Oh, is that in the same polygroup? Okay, I'm gonna have to do this differently. Auto groups, and then mirror and weld. Okay, I don't know what it did to that skirt. She looks like a robot. And then it mirrored the hair too. It's like emo hair now. Oh, come on. Hide it. Not that. That. There we go. Split hidden. I just want to put the headphones in a different subtool. Which brush is adding these primitives? It's this insert multi-mesh brush right here. You can see all the different shapes. They're just primitives. It's just polyspheres and a cube and a cylinder and an appendage brush. These are my own brushes, and you can get them over on my website at 3dcharacterworkshop.com. So I can give you a link to that. There you go. And it's just, if you sign up for my newsletter, you get these free brushes and user interface and ruler file. And you'll also be on my newsletter. I do a online course that I teach, and I teach you how to do this kind of stuff and how to take it all the way into game character. I'm going to ZRemesh this now. Let's see. Okay. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to be opening up enrollment next Tuesday, May 1st. So if you guys are interested, get on the emailing list and I'll tell you all about it very soon. Okay, I'm going to remesh by ZRemesher. And let's turn on the line so we can see. It's going to ZRemesh this skirt too, and I don't necessarily want to remesh that. So I'm going to back out of this. And yeah, Johnner, no worries. Thanks for dropping by, man. You taking off? Okay, let's split hidden. Okay, now that's in its own. I don't want to ZRemesh that. Or this, actually. Let's split that off too. Okay. Just the body. I just want to ZRemesh the body. So let's get back in there. And okay, let's pull this to like a like an 8,000. That's too much. Let's try 8,000. Okay. Not bad. Yeah, Sam, no worries. I'm actually taking off soon too. Yeah, thank you everybody for dropping by tonight and watching me block this ooh la la girl out. She's been a lot of fun. I can't wait to see where we end up with it, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Her butt hanging out. So what I'm going to do from here next week is I'm going to fiddle with these proportions. So these are the actual proportions from the original Dreamcast game that that you see over here. So I should give those guys a screenshot of this, but we're going to start messing with proportions and try to get her to look slightly more appealing, and then we'll just start, you know, working through it and making the clothes, and then we'll start sculpting on the face and that kind of stuff. So so my online class is going to be, it's going to be open for enrollment next Tuesday, so 1 week from today, which is May 1st. And if you're on my newsletter, you will be notified when that happens. I'm going to do a live ZBrush or live YouTube event, and I will tell you all about the course. I'll give you a behind the scenes tour, and I will stick around for any questions that you guys have. So and I'll let you know the price, and it's lifetime access and the guarantee and all that stuff. So anyway, that's going to happen next Tuesday, and I'll be here again Tuesday night talking about it and talking about talking about ZBrush again and all the benefits and how awesome it is. And if you want to try out ZBrush 2008, they have updated the free trial down below in the link down below. That is now 2008. So if you guys want to try that and try the new Sculptris Pro mode and the project primitives that we talked about, and remesh by ZRemesher that I showed you guys, all that stuff is available now in the trial if you guys haven't either upgraded or you haven't gotten ZBrush yet. So you should try that out. Anyway, do you need previous experience? Not necessarily. I mean, I would suggest you having art experience. So if you're not an artist, like you're an engineer or something, and you just want to learn art and you're starting with my class, I would not recommend that. But if you are a skilled artist that wants to learn digital sculpting, then absolutely. It takes you from zero to game character. That's the whole course in itself. And I teach you how to render, and I teach you how to use ZBrush to do keys for printing, and I teach you how to use KeyShot for rendering out a high resolution character, and baking and UVs and all that junk. So anyway, it's a lot of fun, and I'm constantly updating it, and the community is huge, and I do live Q&As. I'll tell you all about it next week. So anyway, I'd love you guys to join me. So next Tuesday, I'll be back here. I'll be working on Ooh La La again. It'll be a lot of fun. So thank you for spending your Tuesday evening with me again, and thank you Pixelogic for having me, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.